Good morning. It's 10 a.m. on Tuesday, June 4th, 2024. Call this meeting of the Wichita County Commissioners Court to order. If everyone would please stand, Commissioner Finn Cannon will give our invitation.
Pray with me, please. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you, Lord, for just everything you do for us, Lord. Thank you for the many blessings. Thank you, Lord, for allowing us to live in the country that we live in and the great state that we live in and this county that we live in. We're blessed to be here. Sometimes with everything going on in the world, we don't always seem that everything's the best, but we just need to keep a positive attitude, love our neighbors, and keep moving forward, Lord. Give us wisdom today, Lord, to make the best decisions for the county, going over the agenda, and help us do what you would want us to do, Lord. All this we pray through your Son, Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Please join us for the pledge to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now the pledge to the Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Everyone may be seated. All right, this time I'd like to invite everyone here for the Elder Abuse Awareness Proclamation to come up to the front. I think we've got some folks from Adult Protective Services. Y'all can come around here, around there.
Come on up here. Come on up here. How are you?
Around that way, come on.
I'm good.
All right, I'm going to read the proclamation, and then I'm going to turn it over to one of you, whoever that might be, to say a few words. So be thinking about that if you're not already ready. Whereas older adults of diverse backgrounds contribute to the well-being of this county by working, caregiving, volunteering, and actively preserving customs, rituals, and traditions. And whereas as we age, we build momentum by accumulating knowledge, experience, insight, and wisdom that can be shared to enrich our community. I like that. I'm building momentum. Whereas abuse of older adults is a community concern affecting thousands of people across Texas. And whereas at least 10% of adults aged 65 and older will experience some form of elder abuse in a given year, with some older adults simultaneously experiencing more than one type of abuse, such as caregiver neglect, financial fraud and exploitation, psychological abuse, sexual and physical abuse. And whereas abuse against older adults is grossly underreported because of social stigma, embarrassment, and fear. And whereas adult abuse affects men and women of all income and ability levels, all cultural and ethnic backgrounds, and all communities. And whereas elder abuse is everyone's business, and it is important to strengthen our efforts to prevent, report, and address elder abuse. Now therefore, the Wichita County Commissioners Court, in recognition thereof, does hereby proclaim the month of June 2024 to be Elder Abuse Awareness Month in Wichita County, and urge all residents to listen to older adults, educate and learn the signs of abuse, and check in on older adults that may have few friends and family members. Together, we can work together to reduce abuse and neglect of our treasured older community members. So proclaimed this 4th day of June 2024. So, like I said, we've got a host of folks from Adult Protective Services here this morning. Who would like to speak on behalf of the group?
Everyone's looking at me, so I'll do it. But, so I'm one of the supervisors headquartered here in Wichita Falls, and it truly is an honor to work for APS, and I think everyone here can attest to that. But we couldn't do without the community. You all are a very big support to us and to our clients. So we just want to kind of give back and reach out today and say thank you. We are here to help should y'all ever need us. You can contact the local office, or you can contact our hotline number. I can give that to you all today, or you can Google it. But we do appreciate, I guess, June being Elder Abuse Awareness Month, and the county, I guess, honoring that and helping us do our job. So thank you, we do appreciate it.
I would go ahead and, it's going into broadcast, go ahead and give the hotline.
Okay, so it's 1-800-252-5400. It's the same hotline for CPS as well. It's open 24/7 every single day of the year. Or you can contact us online at txabusehotline.org. Again, that one's open 24/7. If you'd rather us respond sooner rather than later, please call us. We get those faster. The online reports, they check them as they have time. So it could be up to 48 hours or later before we get the online report. But the call one will get within a few hours. So.
And don't hesitate hey, even if you don't suspect abuse, but a welfare check, worried about somebody doing that, you
Yeah.
can still call them and ask that.
You don't have to have all the information, you just be concerned. Give us a call, we'll go out, we'll investigate. If they need help, we'll help, and if they don't need us, then we'll walk away. But we'd rather be called than not at all, so.
Good. Well, thank y'all for what you do and for coming here this morning and helping us recognize Elder Abuse Awareness Month. Did y'all have anything you wanted to say?
Thank you for what y'all do.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Thank y'all very much. I think we may need to move this way.
Circle the wagon.
Yes.
Aren't you all in there?
I think y'all have our team calls.
I just about got there. I think I'm good. Couple. One more. Okay.
How do you do one on my phone too?
Uh-huh.
They're gonna yell at me, I'm trying to avoid that.
State needs documentation.
Yes.
Everybody happy?
Thank you. Thank y'all very much.
Judge, I don't guess that includes my wife making an old guy do his chores. I think they be on something
We
here.
check on you all the time anyway.
I know that, and I'm glad, I'm so glad.
All right. Now I'd like to invite Ernesto Galindo from the Texas Association of Counties to come forward to present a 50th anniversary plaque to Wichita County as one of the founding members of the TAC Risk Management Pool. Ernesto, who from the county should come up with you? Should that be Ms. Tanya Russian?
Sure.
Okay. Don't worry, you're not getting something special, Tanya. We're just,
Kenneth is safe.
When we see Ernesto come into the room, we always feel something. Feel something about that.
and you know what? Yeah, I didn't
I'll
see
let you
Kenneth
talk
back
first.
there. He needs to come forward too.
Well, good morning. Once again, thank you for the opportunity to be here in front of you guys, and I'm here to present a plaque. Judge, you may or may not know, but, 50 years ago, the legislature came down and said, there's an unfunded mandate, you have to provide workers' compensation coverage for counties, cities, and schools. Unfortunately, we didn't have the money, but nevertheless, we had to come up because it was a new law. Prior to that, a group of East Texas counties got together and they formed what is called now the Texas Association of Counties. And it worked pretty good. And they said, well, we need to do something to combat this unfunded mandates. So the same group of counties decided to form this other group, which is a risk pool. And they said, well, if they're asking us to provide this coverage, why don't we pool our funds to be able to provide coverage, and the rest is the rest of the story, as they say. So there was a few counties that got together, and this 50-year anniversary of the creation of the pool, we're recognizing those original members, one of them being Wichita County. So the pool is honored and to present this plaque as a original member of the Texas Association of Counties Risk Management Pool. And on behalf of our executive director and everybody at TAC, we want to thank Wichita County for giving us this opportunity to serve you. It's been a pleasure working with you. It's been a wonderful experience. You will have a new rep for this area soon. So hopefully that person will continue to provide you the services that we're committed to provide.
Ernesto, how many counties were founding members? Do you know?
Not from the top of my head, Judge. I apologize for that.
You could have made something up, but we'd never know.
But you know me, I'm honest safe, I'm not gonna lie. No, I do not know. There's a handful of counties, I would say 50 to 70 counties that first started working with us, and now, for the most part, we have the majority of the counties in the state of Texas participating in our pool.
Yeah.
And I think it's working okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good deal. I'd like to take a picture, Nancy.
Absolutely.
I'd also like you to be in the picture as well. Do you just normally take it with your camera?
I do.
Matter of fact, can somebody take a picture? I need to send a picture to the office. They want to make sure that I was here.
I got to check up on you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody needs documentation.
You know, it's funny how they justify it.
You'll go right there.
Okay.
I didn't do anything.
You're not around 50 years ago.
I can take it.
You can take it?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
There, I'll take it.
I'll send over.
Okay, thank you. Do we want you guys back here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody helps pay for
The
it.
more the merrier.
Get all the taxpayers in too. Nope, you're good.
Now, Ernesto, you know that whoever the new guy is gonna be there for a year or two, all they're gonna hear, well, that's not the way Ernesto did.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right, and then I'll take Ernesto's.
Judge, you need to be in it.
Yeah. Nah.
Yes. I'm happy.
That's a job for the chief of staff.
Yeah, come on.
I can push a button, I think I can handle it.
Just take it like this.
Oh, yeah. Okay, everybody say cheese. And I'll do another one just for fun.
Thank you.
One on this one as well?
Oh, I got
Okay, you got it, okay.
Excellent.
Ernesto, thank you.
Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Have we,
Is this your phone, Nancy?
have we run into anything Rick can't do?
If it falls off the wall, we'll have a claim.
Yeah.
Don't speed.
That is cool, isn't it?
Did you want, while you were here, Ernesto, did you want to say anything else?
No, that's all I have for now.
Okay.
Do you need the box for the flag?
I don't think so.
we're gonna-
We'll throw it away for you though.
We're gonna proudly display it.
All right, thanks for making the trip and doing that.
Thank you.
All right. I think that's all the presentations we have this morning. It is 10:12. We will go into public comment. As a reminder, we ask that everyone keep their comments to 5 minutes or less, and the Commissioners Court cannot take action on anything brought up in public comment. Does anyone have any public comment this morning? Oh, Chief does. All right, come on.
I just want to let everybody know that this week the USPCA national trials are going on here in Wichita County. You can catch that over at the Ray Clymer. Today they're doing car searches for drugs. Thursday they'll be doing the cool stuff, the bite work. Guys getting bit, you go out there and watch that. I think they are charging a little bit for an entrance fee. Monday,
Would you say what the USPCA is for people that don't know that are listening?
United States Police Canine Association. So it's how all of our dogs are certified, so that when they go to court, we could say that they know what they're doing.
Canine training.
Yes, sir.
It's great to go watch, so the public
Oh, yeah.
really should go watch. It's very
It's
interesting.
a lot of fun. Yesterday, we were able to use Ryder High School, since it's, having its last hurrah. We were able to use the rooms, and they had room searches there. Yesterday, they had 57 competitors from as far away as New York, New Jersey. We've had some from Mexico. We actually had to send one of our deputies who speaks Spanish to the USPCA so that the judges could talk to these guys. It was really fascinating finding out how Mexico does their dogs. It's a lot different than what we do here in America. But anyways, it's a lot of fun to watch. Then, like I said, they're going to be doing the bite work, not tomorrow, but the next day, Thursday. And they got vehicle searches this week.
Isn't that a reclaimer?
Yes, sir, all at Ray Clymer.
Very cool.
All right, yeah, thank you, Chief. All right, do we have any other public comment this morning? Okay, go ahead.
And I'm bringing this just in Precinct 2, the Boomtown Rodeo is going on this weekend, June 7th and 8th, starts at 7:30. This is a great event. Boomtown Rodeo usually puts on a great rodeo. It's nightly, Friday and Saturday night. Also, the dance starts at 10 o'clock each night. But great event to go to. If you haven't, so many people nowadays don't go to rodeos. It's almost a thing of the past, but still a great event. Bert does a great job putting it on.
Deal. I've got one comment. I think most likely everybody's already seen this in the news, but I just wanted to make sure that Westlake Pipe and Fittings did announce think last week, that Wichita Falls did win out their internal competition for who was going to get their expansion that this court has talked about, and we did an abatement agreement for. Just want to remind everyone that means that over the next few years, Westlake's going to be investing around $130 million for 4 new pipe extrusion lines, and bring on at least 38 new full-time positions. So,
Well-paid positions.
well-paid positions. It's this court often we talk about wanting to celebrate good news, and that is fantastic news. So I know it's been out on the news. I just wanted to make sure that I mentioned it from here in case anyone hadn't seen that. All right, do we have any other public comments? Okay, it is 10:16 and public comment is closed. This time, let's move on to the consent agenda. I've got a few things here. The first, I'm going to ask that we take off consent agenda number 1. Had a miscommunication. We actually don't need to approve the reappointments of those folks. Reverend English is the chair of the Child Welfare Board, and Mr. Collins is the new vice chair, but we don't need to do reappointments. So I'm asking that we take that off. I'm asking that we move item number 2 to general business, because I think it deserves some discussion and a chance to visit with our DA folks on that. And then I've got questions for, I think, Captain Patterson on number 4. The backup documents on the reach-in cooler had it as maintenance for that at that amount. So are we doing maintenance, or are we ordering a new one?
So when he initially sent me the quote, the first one that had the ice machine and the service was actually to fix, if they can, the current walk-in cooler that we have. It was something that we didn't, I believe we got it off of the 1099 program. But they're not able, they don't know if they can get all the parts for it. And so I emailed Nancy an updated quote for that reach-in cooler, and the amount is different. It's for $5,396.59 for an actual brand new cooler. And then on the ice machine, that's not something that we purchased with the new facility. That's something that we purchased used, I believe, when Luby's went out of business. And so this is to replace that because it's also very old and difficult to get parts for it.
Okay, so it's for a new ice maker at $35.71.
Yes, sir.
And a new reach-in cooler at $53.96.59.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, thank you.
What is the reason for?
So when they prepare the snacks and the stuff that has to go, that's not delivered right when they make it, that's where they leave that stuff in there. Because we do snacks after Airmark leaves, so they store it in there to keep it cool.
Those are inmates?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Kitchen function items.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Motion.
Second. I think I got it.
You did. Barry, you're there. You're on it. Okay, so just to make sure everyone's clear, 1 has been taken off, 2 has been moved to general business, so it's 3 and 4 that are still on the consent agenda. Commissioner Pincannon has made the motion. It was seconded by Commissioner Mahler to approve that consent agenda as amended. Does anyone have any questions or comments on the motion or these items? All right, that motion is before us. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. The motion carries 4-0. All right, so let's do the consent agenda item that was brought down first, which is motion to authorize county judge to sign the Axon Master Services and Purchasing Agreement, evidence.com, between Axon Enterprises, Inc. and Wichita County. DA, Mr. Gillespie, can come forward and just give us a little bit of overview of what this is.
Sure. Thank you, Judge. Good morning. So I want to first talk about what the problem is. We are inundated with digital evidence. Our cases currently, I'll pass this out. This is from the Tajman Robinson Capital Motor trial that happened at Stripes. That's a photo of the discovery that we had. All of that is some form of digital evidence. So you've got the, I think it's 10 CDs and 20 thumb drives. on that case. And that's how we're currently doing discovery. The county spends a lot of money on external hard drives, on thumb drives, and then on copying. The Public Defender's Office, we've talked to them about, they're excited about this too. They have investigators that spend all day standing at our CD burner burning copies of interviews and tapes and things like that. That's the current situation that we are now in, but it's getting worse because the Wichita Falls Police Department's ready to go to body cam. Sergeant Spraggins told me it's, this summer they're going to body cam. So if you envision, Commissioner Fincannon's no stranger to this, but you get a response to a scene, and we have lots of those every month. Every person's carrying a body cam that then records digital evidence that has to be turned over. So it just multiplies exponentially the amount of digital evidence. Burke Burnett has already gone to them, and we see that with Burke's cases. I know y'all know this, but the Code of Criminal Procedure, the Michael Morton Act, requires us to provide discovery to the defense before we can begin a case or before we can resolve it for plea bargain. Defense attorneys, it's a violation for they're not doing their duty to the client if they don't review the file before they review the evidence in the case. So they have to get the discovery even before cases can be resolved by plea bargain. Currently, when we went to Tyler, and I wasn't involved directly in that, there was some, my understanding though, I was first assistant in the DA's office at the time, but my understanding was that Tyler their portal currently is not web-based, and it does not have any component for handling or addressing digital evidence, but that there was a view toward at some point being able to transition to that. There is no capacity to do that. It's not, they have no ability to do that through our portal. We also are currently the ingestion point for most of the evidence that goes into the discovery. So we have multiple scanners that spend all day scanning the reports that are filed from the various law enforcement agencies in Wichita County that the county it pays a lot to do that. We've been doing that since I think it's 2012 when Michael Morton went into effect. That's not good for Wichita County for us to be the ingestion point for that because we bear the cost for pushing that information out digitally. So Burke Burnett, a couple of years ago, the police department went to evidence.com, and it's web-based. They have to upload the items to the web, but it's a web-based system, and then they can share it, with, you can send an email that accesses that information. Sergeant Spraggins has handled the transition of the Wichita Falls Police Department to evidence.com as well, and I have him tell y'all just a little bit about that. But when we found out that our largest law enforcement partner was going to go to that, and Burke Burnett already had, I asked my team, Joe Vrechek led the, I'm a dinosaur, I don't like technology, everybody that knows that, I can't even hook up I use PowerPoint, but I don't have a clue how you hook it up in the courtroom. But I ask my office, just take a look at, is this something we need to look at for the county, because they have a prosecution package for it, since we have Burke Burnett that's gone to it, and then our largest law enforcement agency is going to it. So that's what led us to that. I think it's going to be a really good thing. But John, do you mind just walking them through why y'all wound up with evidence.com and give them an overview of what it does?
Okay. All right.
Morning.
Good morning. I think it's the first time I've spoken in front of the county commissioners.
He asked me how to address y'all, and I said it's a really friendly meeting, so he's not.
Well, this is kind of difficult
First of all, we need you to identify yourselves.
Oh, yeah. I used to supervise Mickey before this. I'm Sergeant John Spraggins, and I've been with the Wichita Falls Police Department for almost 30 years now. Over the years, I've been involved in several of these projects. We did the records management system and CAD system, and then this was the next level. So if you look back in history 20 years ago, the amount of digital evidence that we had for a case wasn't that much. Now, probably 95% of our cases, if not 100% of our cases, have some form of digital evidence that's associated with it. So all those days of copying and making multiple copies, this kind of solves it, and it puts it to the point where we can actually get where we've wanted to be for a long time, and that's to electronically file these cases. The plus side of that also is for the DA's office, when they get that file, they can send it to the attorneys, defense attorneys, and all of it's tracked. There's an audit trail. So if they have discovery that goes to a defense attorney and the defense attorney says, oh, I didn't get that, and in a hearing or something, they will be able to say, no, not only did you get that, but you downloaded that. It tracks it that far. The audit trail does. So, and we've already started using this. Cases that we are currently working in detectives, where I am currently assigned, are all of our digital photos, our interview rooms have all been switched over to Axon now. They're no longer on the old system. So this is live right now. Body cams and in-car videos will be coming in the next 60 days probably, or less. But it's a huge process, but it's a great tool for all of us. I support the DA's office going to this because it's going to make all of our lives better. In short, what it will do is take a package of a case, and when we send it to the DA's office, it will copy that in the cloud and then give it to the DA, and then he will be able to disseminate it where it needs to go. It's a time saver, and it's finally we've gotten to the point of electronic filing, which I know.
Unbelievable amount of time wasted.
Oh.
At the police department, at the sheriff's office, at the DA's office, making all these tapes and making all these recordings and copying them, because you might have a defendant that's in jail for 27 burglaries. All that digital evidence for every case has to go with every case. Mm-hmm. So you can actually have a detective sitting there for days making copies of CDs and thumb drives, because you have to make the same packet for every case. So if there's 40 pieces of digital evidence, you got to make it 27 times for every case. Right. And then the DA's office, I love you, John, but then they'll call you and say, well, we can't find it. You ever sent this over? And you know you did. So then you're back in there redoing it again.
Right. So there's an audit trail for all of that. But yes, those things happen. And look at the volume of cases that are coming over, in these paper case packets with CDs and thumb drives attached to them. Stuff's going to get lost, and we're going to have to make new copies and stuff. It solves those problems. There are other features, the transcription, all of our audio now, from the body cams, from the interview room, from the in-car video, it's transcribed inside the system. Mickey, it's unreal. What the secretaries would take a week or 2 weeks to transcribe, now they do in 2 hours. Just go in.
Is the court accepting that?
It's not, what we do with transcriptions is more cross-examine defendants with it, so they're not admitted as evidence. But I've looked at the quality of transcriptions. The Vidanex thing that CPS uses, their transcription, it's okay, but it's not anywhere at the quality that you would need for that. This is amazing, the AI transcription that they do. So I think it would help eliminate some of our the pay we're having to pay on major cases to have things transcribed for cross-examination purposes.
So I don't know what else to tell you other than it's a great product. I know there's probably other products out there. I wasn't exposed to those. I can't tell you anything about them. I know y'all have done your research, but we're using it, and it's been fantastic. We've had no problems with it.
John, I appreciate you so much.
Thanks, Sergeant.
Talking to us about that. We looked into, so the two big competitors in this, Evidence.com is the bigger one. We were dealing with a case where I wound up calling Phoenix a couple weeks ago, and they pushed the information to the WFPD through Evidence.com that we have. So Phoenix has gone to, they're the leading competitor. NICE is their second, is the other competitor. We looked at them. They're twice as expensive, and one of my things I've observed in the long time I've been since 2001 with Wichita County is we wind up with all these entities that we don't have, we have to find a way to interface things instead of using a seamless system. And this is an opportunity, I think, when you have Burke and Wichita PD going to evidence.com, not only is it half as expensive as NICE, it also doesn't have to interface, so it'll be seamless that way. So I think our team looked at it, and I think that part is a no-brainer. The cost of it, NICE, just for comparison, starts off, all of these increase and then they plateau at year 5 because you have a 5-year retention, and so it's unlimited server space, but the is the package that you have to buy, and you just have to have that for the retention. The good news is the security, that's on evidence.com, and their security not on the county for that information. So we don't actually have physical, we're not the custodian of the information. NICE starts out at like 90,000 and for the first 2 years, and then it's like 100, and then it plateaus at about 120 in year 5. Evidence.com is 53,000. It's like 53, 55, 57, 60, and 62 at the 5-year point. So that was encouraging to find that the one that our departments are using is actually the more competitive cost-wise on that.
Does it go up because you're adding data?
Yeah, the data.
In other words, you're
yes.
more storage.
And that's where you get me into the dinosaur thing, but my understanding is the cloud storage space, the more that you put, and you think about these files, they're so huge. And so so for 5 years it grows, and then once you hit that, that's why it plateaus, because you have the data coming off of the server because of the retention periods. So that's what they estimate. The cost savings, there's a couple of real basic things. Adobe Premiere we pay for, we could eliminate that. It's a video editing system. You get that. The evidence.com Axon system is top notch, so our guys would have the ability to edit the videos. It's really impressive, the stuff that they can do with it. You can watch the body cams simultaneously, so you can have like 10 body cams on a screen, kind of think like the Brady Bunch thing, but they're all up there. And so instead of having to go body cam by body cam, you can look and see, oh wait, there's something going on in this one.
Everybody at the same time,
every
that makes a
angle.
big difference.
Yeah.
I was thinking more Minority Report, but.
Yeah. And so we get rid of Adobe Premium, and we would need a transition year with the Tyler portal, but I don't have, I checked with Mel this morning. I know, Judge, you may remember, because we talked about that, but I forget the exact number, but we pay Tyler a lot for the Discovery portal. This would enable us to transition out of that, but we're going to we have so much Discovery uploaded to that, I would envision a transition year for that, but I think it would more than offset the cost for that.
When you say a transition year, you're gonna try to move that stuff into evidence.com?
Yes,
You
we
would
would
transfer it all out?
That's it. Well, I don't want to do that. I want to send notices to the defense. We've uploaded it to the Tyler portal on X date. The Tyler portal ceases to be operative. Download your discovery on these cases and give them time to do that and a runtime on that and transition. I didn't want to get into with having witnessed the conversions of data from one system to another. I don't want to do a conversion thing. I just want to start using it in transition. I think John was telling me the PD's done. Sergeant Spraggins the same thing on their.
I'm actually been tasked with whatever we're going to transition over into the new system, getting that done, which is a chore. Most of it is we're going to let it run its course and die on the servers that they're on there.
So I talked to the judge about it when we met, that our budget, we always wind up giving back quite a bit, and we have the positions that we've had unfilled would cover the cost this year, and then we can get to the savings, I think, come into.
Yeah, and along those lines, the 2024, would that be prorated? Because
I don't know.
Do we know that yet?
Y'all, Todd, you know that?
Okay.
I mean,
I would imagine it would, but don't know that for sure. Because we're nearly, by the time y'all get on, it's probably gonna be halfway through the year.
Mel, do you remember what the contract says about
I
that?
don't remember anything on proration in there. I don't think it did. And there were separate terms of service with it that you had to go get, and I don't know that it was in there either.
My impression is that that would be the cost from the beginning of the contract year to
And we're
year.
running April to April or June to June.
That makes
Okay.
sense.
All right.
So it wouldn't be just a calendar year.
I do have a question too. You said that evidence rolls off at 5 years.
It does.
So what if it's a murder case out
What-
there? What are we doing with that evidence? Is it gonna still be out there or is it gonna roll off? What are-
We have the capacity on the retention to tell the ones to communicate when the ones that we don't want to roll off. It's disposed cases like we do now when we do the destruction orders, be the same type of thing on the
So it
retention.
doesn't, it's not an automatic roll off. You have to.
You
let
can
them
set
know.
it to automatically roll off at a certain period of time, or you can have certain things set that they never roll off. Like our major cases and stuff like that, that
Right.
will, because of murders and things like that, they won't roll off.
That's a great point. Our capital murder cases, for example, we're required by law to retain the evidence for forever, so.
Right, yeah. So
The funny thing is, how we hold our stuff in retention doesn't affect how the DA's office holds their retention either. So it's two separate things.
okay.
So we may retain it, they may let it roll off. It's not gonna be exactly the same.
Right. You have the original, per se, the PD on your capital murder case.
Our policy is basically, we're, running statute of limitations on everything except for, there's 6 offenses that we have to keep forever.
Yeah.
Some of them are child cases and some of them are murder stuff.
Wichita Falls and Burke are using it. What's sheriff's office? Sheriff's
what?
office, y'all have the same capability, or y'all
No,
going to a system
we do
like
not.
this, or?
You gonna let the DA set this up for you?
Yeah, are we gonna have to buy a second
We
component
haven't
to
been a part of
this,
any
or?
discussion, so I don't know what they're capable of doing and what they're not.
I think, so for digital evidence, y'all still would use flash
5
drives
over 6.
and,
Yeah.
okay.
My understanding is there's a way to interface with the agencies that aren't using it.
That's correct. They're able to upload their cases into it.
And it's, when you look at it, Wichita Falls PD dwarfs everything else in terms of number of cases filed, so this still covers
The majority.
The majority.
Right.
As we transition to the digital courtrooms, which we're really in the process of doing right now, I would assume this would fit right into that.
It really does. I mean,
Concept.
you're spot on. Everything is going digital that direction.
Yeah, and for the purpose of the finances, as John said, their budget can more than handle the 2024 portion based on what they've spent so far this year and what they're under.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we'll talk about 2025
Sure.
in budget meetings and what the plan is moving forward for those next 4 years.
See the definite cost offset with time saved.
Maybe some, for sure.
This is just a part of doing business in the 21st century. I make the motion to approve.
Second.
Yeah,
I think the quote price will have to be in there.
I was gonna wonder about that. So I think let's do it,
Do we have a good number or? is it
yeah,
just a-
I think let's do it, and make sure you're okay with this on your motion, Commissioner Beecham. Looks like for 2024, it's gonna need to be for 68,458.41. Does that sound right from y'all's documents?
Judge, there's an updated proposal from them. I'm not sure that it's reflected on here. Okay. There's a copy of that.
Is the updated one less or more? Or, we don't know.
Whatever you have is gonna be I
I have one that,
The updated one is in the packet.
that is the right, okay.
yes.
And one that issued on May 14th?
That would be the update.
That should
Okay,
be
all right, so that's the numbers.
Total cost is, again,
68,458
For the first year.
For the first year.
and then it rises each year.
it'll 15,000 of that is deployment one-time costs, so it will go up. It will go up year after year.
That's because I quoted y'all 53, so when you add the 15 to it, that gets you to 68, okay.
Gotcha. I'll keep my motion.
Okay, so the motion is going to be to authorize county judge to sign the Axon Master Services and Purchasing Agreement between Axon Enterprises Incorporated and Wichita County, and approve, let's see, and authorize the spend of up to $68,458.41 to come out of 429, is that y'all?
That, yes.
Yeah, coming out of Department 429, lines determined by the auditor. That sound good?
Yep.
Okay. Nancy, does that get you what you need? Okay. All right, do we have any other questions about the motion or this item? I think it is exciting for y'all and for everyone we do.
I'm a dinosaur and I'm excited about it, so anyway, thank you all so much.
Okay. All right, the motion's before us then. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. That motion carries 4-0. John, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so that takes us to general business item number 1. Discuss, consider, and/or take action to approve and ratify the minutes of the May 28th, 2024 regular session and the May 31st special
moved.
session. Got a motion to approve and ratify by Commissioner Muller, seconded by Commissioner Fincannon. Do we have any questions, comments on the motion or the item? All right, that motion is before us. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries 4-0. Item number 2, review and approve the regular bills for payment. Verify payroll taxes have been filed. And order county treasurer to disperse payroll and/or bills within 72 hours via U.S. mail, FedEx, UPS, or electronically, unless directed otherwise, or may be picked up and ledgered in the treasurer's office.
So moved.
Second. We have looked at them even though it's been difficult.
We looked at them
We're
on
getting better.
Friday.
We're getting better.
All right, we've got a motion by Commissioner Beecham, seconded by Commissioner Muller to approve, verify, and disperse. Do we have any questions or comments on motion or the item? All right, that motion is before us. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Commissioner Fincannon, did you abstain? Okay. All right, there being 3 ayes and 1 abstention by Commissioner Fincannon, the motion passes. Item number 3, receive activities report from the Indigent Healthcare Office. Ladies, come on.
It's Victoria's turn.
Yep, it's my turn.
Good morning.
Good morning. So unfortunately, we don't have reports as of right now. There's a little discrepancies in the system, so we are working on that. But I did want to highlight some things that we are doing in the office. As of right now, cremation-wise, we have great communication with text line, Billy in Precinct 1, Wendy at Wichita Falls Embalming. Everything's communicating and everything's running smoothly. As of right now, we don't have any cremations. Everybody has already been picked up, buried. So right now we're pretty much clear on that.
And how many did we do last month?
We had 3. And then the ones that weren't approved for our program, a lot of them, there was a couple that went to Fort Sill. We sent them that way to do the paperwork and get their honors through Fort Sill. And then the other ones that we could not take because of income, they were over the income limits. So we sent them to, a lot of them did like donation to science. So that was really great because we got to learn a little bit more of other facilities that could possibly take on the cremations like UT Southwestern, Texas Tech. So we reached out to them and it really helped the families out in the long run. Jail-wise, everything's running smoothly. We have great communication with jail, as well as like Miss Patterson or Captain, I think Captain Patterson. She And whenever we have an issue with Keith, she comes over and helps us. Landon's really good at communicating juveniles, so
Yeah, I've seen Captain
That's great.
Patterson in the office, and I thank you for helping him out. Thank you.
and then we are also doing outreach. We're reaching out to people, so that'll be next month's meeting. But that's really great. We're really getting out there, so it's exciting. We're
You're
turning
working on
tables.
several dental offices, bringing them on.
Yes, we do talk with the Veterans Office. We talk a lot with Tina and Anna, so that's great. It's good to
Dental.
see friendly faces. So.
What about the dental stuff that you are?
We are working on dental. Right now, we're only doing fillings and extractions, but hopefully soon we could possibly get more providers on board, and it'll really help with our clients.
How many providers do we have right now that work with the program?
Dental-wise, we only have the community healthcare center, but we are looking into getting other avenues.
They've reached out to several over the last
Yes,
couple of
and we
weeks.
do have
and they're-
Value Smiles as well, but we haven't transitioned yet, so we're still working on that.
They're working on payment issues and other things.
Yes.
so.
But that is all I have for you guys today.
Okay.
Appreciate the work y'all are
Do we have
doing.
any questions for our indigent healthcare folks? All right, Tori, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The update.
All right, item number 4, discuss, consider, and/or take appropriate action on the purchase of a Glock Model 22 handgun, serial number BCSG 467, by Lee Burgoyne, following his January 2024 retirement from the Wichita County Sheriff's Office for the proposed sum of 1 cent in accordance with Texas Government Code, Chapter 614, Subchapter D. Who's presenting on this one?
That's a general thing we've done,
Yeah,
I
we've
think, in
done
the
it over and
past.
over.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done it before. It's just, something we give to the guys when they retire, something to remember us by, and the CCP allows it, so.
Okay. This is the first one I think that's happened since I've.
Yeah, we've done it numerous times. I'd make that motion, yeah.
Second.
All right, we've got a motion to approve this purchase by Commissioner Mahler, seconded by Commissioner Beecham. Do we have any questions or comments on the motion or the item? Okay, that motion is before us. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. That motion carries 4-0. Item number 5, discuss, consider, and/or take action to approve Jesus Valdez concrete proposal dated May 8th, 2024, to demo ground and damaged sidewalks along the northeast corner of the courthouse and install rebar and concrete to cover 1,400 square feet in that area, and also make a 4-foot wide walkway in front of the entrance to the courthouse at a cost of $14,275 to be paid from the Permanent Improvement Fund. Commissioner Beecham.
Yeah, there's several things going on here. The easiest one is the 4-foot wide walkway is in front of the bulletin board that we have out in front where we post our notices. Take the rock and stones out and make it a little more presentable. As far as the rest of the concrete is concerned, we do have a large pecan tree that takes up the majority of the sidewalk. There's an inadequate space on the sidewalk to allow ADA, plus it's all busted up anyway. It's a trip hazard. There are several trip hazards within that sidewalk that's lifted all the way down to the street level. Additionally, a lot of people use the grassy areas that cut across from, coming from juvenile probation across the street. So there's a beaten walk path in the grass, which makes it hard to maintain. So we're concreting that whole area to solve the ADA issues, to solve the busted up concrete problems, to solve the walking problems, a little bit of everything going on.
It'll be concrete from just north of where the smoking pavilion is all the way to the street?
From the sidewalk that feeds the smoking pavilion all the way to, we'll replace the sidewalk down and by the street, so it'll just be to the sidewalk.
Commissioner, that's gonna help finish up that entire cleanup deal.
Yeah, that's part of what Rick's got ongoing. They're gonna be taking that dilapidated fence down and cleaning up that area.
And kind of a area we haven't done a whole lot of
No,
upkeep on.
that's probably the worst area remaining still at the courthouse, and try to clean that up some.
Is there a, and I'm guessing it's going to be a lot of concrete, plans for benches or landscape, I mean, have to do something rather than.
As far as the smoking pavilion, we've got plans to repaint all that and actually replace the tables that are in there. I think those were leftover jail tables that are in there. So, yeah, there more ongoing work in that area, clean that up, that whole area along the front. That is our public entrance area, so we're trying to get that whole strip up there cleaned up. So.
Yeah, and I'd like to commend Ricky, you and your guys. The work already done out there on the
Oh, yeah.
entrance level is
It's making a difference.
it's making a difference.
So, yeah, they're doing a great job. So, yeah, it'd be my motion to approve that as continued efforts to clean it up around there.
Second.
Oh, he already, Commissioner McKinnon.
Did he already do
Yeah.
that? Doggone it.
You were gone.
Yeah. I'm glad you're watching out for me.
We've got a motion by Commissioner Beecham, seconded by Commissioner Fincannon to approve this proposal for $14,275 to be paid from Permanent Improvement Fund. Do we have any questions or comments on the motion or the item? Okay, motion is before us. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. That motion carries 4-0. All right, takes us to item number 6, receive update on courthouse renovations and county courthouse annexes. Mr. Beecham.
Big thing going on today is they've started the flooring up on 4, so that's also the abatement. They'll be doing the abatement over the next couple of days and get that area cleaned up a little bit. Far as 30th District, they're doing all the detail woodwork right now, so it's the slowest part of the process is getting that done, but again, it's looking better and better each day. Very, very pleased with it. Annex, it's coming along. We've got some issues with plumbing in one of the rooftop split units. We're having to work through some plumbing problems as far as routing it back down to the first floor, but that shouldn't be a big deal. They're putting in the toilet petitions, and maybe after they get those in, we can get bathrooms back in operation. I know everybody will be excited to get that finally. It's been way longer than was expected.
Have, with all the rain, the concrete work done on the south side where it used to go into the new clerk's office, have we had any issues since that happened?
Actually, checked it Monday, that was Monday, after we had that shower, that intense shower.
Yeah, that shower's understating it. It
A
was.
little bit of a shower, deluge.
Yeah.
But anyway, there was zero moisture in the district clerk's area. So,
In one of the heavier storms, we did have a little water, but like Rick's identified where that's coming through was from a vent, not from the ground. So it was in a different location than we typically see it. But it was just a few drops at that. It wasn't much.
yeah, it was a area about that big, so.
The timing
There's
of-
an exhaust fan that's actually not in use anymore when everything was renovated, so it's sitting there and it sets on the face. So if you get a driving
Wind,
rain,
yeah.
then it has nowhere to go but down. So that's gonna get sealed off, to make that where that doesn't happen, so.
The timing of getting that done prior to this spring
Oh,
in
yeah,
particular
we had
was good.
water all the way in the district
Been
clerk's
swimming down
office.
there,
Yeah.
So.
So, well done.
Yeah, okay. All right, does anyone have any questions on that item? Okay, well, it is 10:54 and court is adjourned.